All right, you guys, discovering your life's mission, episode 2, continuation of what we talked about yesterday. So today I want to talk about three stages of growth, development, healing that we need to go through to truly tap into our mission in this life, to truly tap into our path, right? Our purpose. And I feel like this is going to resonate a little bit more with those of you who actually are on a deep spiritual journey, on a healing journey, on a journey of self-discovery, but not necessarily. The thing is that those who aren't on a journey of spirituality, on a journey of self-discovery, growth, not necessarily through spirituality, I find that these people usually get a little bit stuck on that first stage. But let's roll with it. So I always, whenever I talk about the journey of healing, if you watch me, you must have heard me say this. I talk about a journey of crossing a bridge, right? So the first stage, you're climbing the bridge up to the highest point of that bridge. Then you cross the bridge and you go down the bridge. That's your second phase. And then as you cross the bridge entirely, which means that you would have healed your core wounds and your core shadows as a human being, you find yourself in a garden. And the first stage of healing is to start to build your garden, to cultivate your garden, right? So on the first stage, what happens is that we have to really heal, because most people, we are bound by our shadows, by our woundings, by limiting beliefs, by the program, by the conditioning, right? So without healing that, without stripping that, you cannot stand in your authentic self. And we talked about this yesterday, how important it is for your mission and discovering your mission to really stand in your authentic truth, in the true frequency of your soul, right? So that first stage, the reason we're talking about going up the bridge is because it's difficult. It's really difficult. You really have to go inwards. You really have to examine all your wounds, all your shadows, all your limiting beliefs. You really have to reprogram your mind. It's sort of a complete system reboot, right? And for some people, this is going to be something that will take you a lifetime if you're not yet on a level of awareness ready to really do that deep healing, right? So for some of you, maybe lifetimes for some people that are ready in a specific lifetime to embark on a journey of spiritual healing. This is something that you're going to be able to do within a couple of years. It's very individual, right? So you heal, you do your shadow work, you do your healing, you do your inner work, right? And the reason you have to do that before you really discover your mission, there's two reasons. So first is what I've explained yesterday. Your mission is you. Your mission is your authentic self. Your frequency carries the imprint of your mission. So without tapping into that frequency of your soul, which you cannot do if you are bound by shadows and your woundings, you're not going to be able to feel into that mission. So the step of healing is always the first step. And the second reason is that even if someone told you, a psychic, right, what is your mission, what you're going to be doing, as long as you are bound by shadow, you're really not going to be able to share that frequency with the world, because all you're going to be doing is projecting your own wounds, your own traumas, your own programming, right? So you really have to reset that system to be able to find yourself at that midpoint of the bridge and then continue with your healing. And this is where sort of a deeper healing happens, but milder healing happens, right? So you would have stripped all the thickest layers of your shadows, and now you continue to heal, but you already do that with the mindset of that mission, connecting to your authentic self, connecting to your soul, connecting to your higher self as well. So you already start, it continues to be that healing, but you already start to feel into, what did I come here to do? What is my mission? What is it that I can offer to other people? Am I a healer? Am I someone whose mission is linked to a very specific life lessons? Again, we've talked about this yesterday, right? So you get to know yourself more and more and more and more. And there's a moment of the journey when you reach the end of the bridge, right? And I talked about this, I think, weeks ago when we've done this video about the healing journey actually is something that has an end date. If you really embark on it, it's really a myth and a misconception that it has to last a lifetime. If you hit that lifetime that you're ready, it is a journey that will take a couple of years, and you will find yourself as someone who is healed, at peace, fulfilled, in that state of love. And this is where you start to cultivate that garden, right? To really return to normality, you guys, because healing and spirituality is not about, constantly, hitting a drum and burning sage and just doing yoga all day. We return to normal life after the journey of healing, because part of that mission is how we show up in this world for others. So we have to show up in this world for others as a normal people, right? So as you start to cultivate that garden, this is really, especially for those of you who really have a very specific mission, this is where magic happens, because you really start to connect to your craft, to connect to your mission, to connect to your path, to your purpose, to really feel into that frequency of the soul that will help you to understand, this is my mission, this is what I come here to do. And it's that moment of preparation. Let's go. Now I'm really ready to deliver that mission. I hope this was helpful. I have so much more to talk about when it comes to life's mission. So I will see you guys in the next days, in the next episodes. Bye.